time. I love our class. I absolutely love our class. You know, I was talking to Risa earlier. Everybody thinks their class is great. That's natural. But they're full of shit. Our class is absolutely the best.
Kick ass!
Nobody 40 years later, well, maybe this is kind of sad. Nobody 40 years later cares this much about high school reunion. Even Sheila, the Elks lady, said to me, nobody else does this. I mean, it's by law, every reunion is at the Elks. But nobody has a pre-party back in 1966, do they?
No.
With beer, right,
With
Charlie?
beer.
Charlie Ferguson came up to me and said, I'll bet you don't know who I am. And I looked at his hand, it had 2 beers. I said, you're Charlie Ferguson. But you know, the thing is, last night, for those of you that weren't there, well, 2 things. One, we have a video coming up later to remind those that were there that you were there.
Julie!
And also, to make those that weren't there forget what a bad choice they made, right?
Yes!
But, anyway, I forgot what I was going to say. I mean, I'm 58 years old. How many else? Any 59s?
No.
Good God.
That's 72.
57? Wow! Yeah. Oh, and by the way, round of applause, Jenny Morgan, best shirt tonight. Stand up, please. Best shirt.
I don't know about that.
I didn't know you could take a tablecloth from the Pizza King and turn it into a shirt.
Now it's a good thing.
But this has been such a fun process, and I have to bring someone up here who really made it happen. We started meeting back in March, and this person is behind everything that's happened thus far, and God bless her, Barb Howard.
Hey, Bobby!
Stand up. But I want to say one thing. A lot of people, you'll find this surprising, I'm sure. A lot of people find Barb a little bit abrupt and direct. And they take her honesty as personal affronts. I do not. I learned very early on in this committee meeting process how to take Barb. I mean, she cares. This is all about us. It's not about her. And CBS sells earplugs. So it really worked out. It worked out well for both of us, right, Barb? Let's hear it for Barb.
Do I really need this?
Huh?
We all have earplugs in. Rick King, you're going to have more earplugs.
This is not a penis. You can put it closer to your mouth.
Thank you. It goes that far. It's my hands, but shut. I can't. Here, this is for you. There's no food. Here's your contraband.
This will offset the trunk shot I had out front, thanks to Seamus Hawkins. Which, 2 things. God bless Johnny Applestone. And I told Debbie Yoder this, my gout is cured. Johnny, if you haven't had a shot from Seamus's trunk, that sounds R-rated, doesn't it? That's like a Cinemax thing. You should try it. I'm sorry, Barb. Thank you for this.
Well, look at it. from the whole class for Whit.
That's a pork chop, Whit. You probably ought to eat it now.
We only harass
Hair.
It looks like most of our pubic hair, Barb.
Baby Willie. That's actually for you and Dad for last night. We appreciate it. The whole class, thank you very much.
Oh, that's sweet. I told Deb this, and I really do feel that, and I even felt this when we were in high school, there was just something about our group that you felt unique and different and blessed. We didn't choose when we were born, we didn't choose who we went to high school with, but I really feel like we were at a space and time that was very special. And I came back a few years later, and Mrs. Lett, I don't know what her name is now, but Mrs. Lett, came up to me and hugged me and said, "Your class was the best class we've ever had through this high school."
Absolutely.
And then when we would come up and do the pork festival stuff with the radio station, I ran into Mrs. Battleaxe. I'm sorry, Mrs. Cumner. And she was about this tall by then. And she leaned up and gave me a hug and said, "Your class was the best class we've ever had through this place." And so I don't think it's just egocentric. And then, has anyone ever been to Bongi's? We were at Bongi's. Stan Pottinger and his
Awesome
wife, and
place.
Deb and I were there last summer, and the two waitresses were talking to us, and we found out they're from Tipton. Well, their dad is Bob Gordon, who was my sixth grade teacher, and then he became like junior high principal or something. And they called him, and he drove like 7 miles. He lived came over and told Stan and me, and
It's okay.
talk for a second.
You want something on the lighter side?
I had to look at the white pubic hair when we got the line.
It's a Julie.
Well, that's a little revealing. TMI, Barb. But Mr. Gordon said, "You were why I think in teaching." And I kept him talking to me while Stan was letting the air out of his tires. Which is what our class was about. We were really, really good, so they thought. That's what the other classes didn't get. They acted bad, they got in trouble. We acted good, and shit happened. But, and then before,
They were good at being bad.
One last thing. Deb and I had dinner with Jeff and Debbie Yoder a few weeks back, and it's just so great to see faces and reconnect. But she told me something that I thought I had to say tonight. Her first 3 dates in high school were with a rump, a queer, wait for it, and a cox. I'm not lying, am I, Joe? Yeah. All right, Barb. I'm sorry I rambled, but you're the Barb.
Oh, God.
Yes, I can.
What?
Everybody wants to thank everyone. We need to thank the committee, which we are one. There was not just one person that did one thing, and I did not do one thing. We are a group as a whole, as a class. And but on the committee that which I steered him in the right direction. Anyway, I mean it. I thought you was going to sit down.
They're like an old married couple.
Antoinette Baker, Marie Palmer, Marie Ozario Palmer, Cindy Dane Dean, Cindy Henry Malloy, Seamus Hawkins, Julie Tucker Whit Grayson, Deb Yoder, Kirk Gimry. Kirk, I got that right.
Round the clicks, he gave us the video tonight.
Yeah. We have Sharp, and our last one was Audrey Rice. She worked on it up until the last 2 weeks ago. So, anyway, we want to give thanks to everyone because...
Stand up. Can the committee members please stand
Yes,
up?
can everybody stand up?
All I can see is the arm now.
You all were invited. We wish all of you could have came. The Pizza Shack got to know us all by name. As soon as come in, the room was ours. So we had a good time, had a lot of laughs, had to quiet Seamus down, quit talking, gave chance to do some business done. When we got the business done, we got it done. We enjoyed it. It was stress-free as far as I was concerned because of all you wonderful people. And we did it all together as a group. Class of 73, greatest class there ever be. I want to give thanks to Seamus for the cake and to Matt for all the other goodies and anything else anybody else I'm leaving out that we all gave our all and that's about it. Okay? Is there 5 pages?
God bless Father.
One more thing. When I sign off, I always say, later, love Barb, and I mean it.
This is such a happy reunion in a literal sense. Some of us, we haven't seen each other since last time. Some I haven't seen for 10, 15, 20 years. But the years just go away when we see each other, and this is such a wonderful, I feel the positive energy from our class that I felt 40 years ago. But we did have kind of a really upsetting thing occur. Audrey Rice, who I remember as being very quiet in high school, very reserved, very pretty girl. I think she was the first one to have the Helen Reddy haircut, but I'm just saying. Not that I noticed. But she was at the last reunion meeting that I had to miss because we were out of town, and then, as you know, she passed away suddenly, and her mother asked that Cindy Dane Dean read a letter that she sent to not me, not Cindy, but our class. Cindy, could you come up and join me, please?
This is gonna make me cry.
And by the way, at the meeting, she was giggly and happy, wasn't she?
Yes.
Absolutely an Audrey I'd never seen before, and she mainly giggled because Kirk's credit card was declined every time. And it seemed to be a really funny thing to her every time. So, Cindy, here you go.
Dear THS Class of 1973, my daughter Audrey Rice and her husband Ted Miller were looking forward to her THS 40th class reunion. However, she died suddenly during the night of June 14, 2013. I want to express our family's thanks to the class members who attended her memorial June 20th and shared their love for her. It was a hard decision for Audrey to be a part of the planning committee, but with several of you intervening and encouraging her, she had a blast. It was a chance to renew old friendships, laugh over teen life, and share present while taking an active part in your upcoming event. Thank you for your concern, caring, and love of Audrey and her family. Congratulations upon your 40th and have a fun and safe reunion. Blessings, Wilda Rice. Audrey had so much fun. She'd been out to the house with Cindy and I and working, and she was so looking forward to coming. And in talking with her mother a few times, she said she would want you to all have a good time because she's going to be looking down on this party that she couldn't make, but she's here.
She's here.
Well, it's